Hi teacher, I'm Geraldine Torres and I'm going to talk about a story called Rip Van Winkle. The author of this story is Washington Irving, also known as the father of American literature. He was born on April 3rd of 1783 in New York City. And this is one of the most famous story by him. He published this story in 1819. Sadly, Washington Irving died at the age of 76 in 1819. These are some pictures of Washington Irving. Rip Van Winkle has 4 chapters. Chapter number 1 is called Van Winkle Family. Well, next I'm going to mention some characters. In this story and chapter, we can see a character called Rip, who is the main character. Rip lives in a village. His house is old and ugly, and you may be wondering what is he like. Well, he's kind, he's patient, simple, and obedient when his wife nags him. This is a picture of Rip, his wife, and the dog, and as we can see, his wife is nagging at him. During the story, you will find the presence of his wife. She's always angry and mad at him. They have a dog together called Wolf, and he's brown and adorable. This is another picture of Rip and his dog, and as we can see, the dog is brown. Continuing with Rip, something curious about him is that he doesn't like working. He prefers to do everyone's work but not his own. And he prefers to stay all day fishing. That's why his farm is the worst of the village. This is a picture of Rip fishing, and the dog is by his side. As we can see, the farm needs to be looked after, and I don't think the animals there can eat that grass. Um, and we also can see the main character. We can see Rip. He likes to go to the inn and to spend time with his friends. So you will find another 2 characters, and their names are Nicholas Vedder and Derek Van Beem. The second chapter is called A Strange Afternoon. Reed was in a hill and he decided to go home because of his wife. In the way home, he heard a voice calling him. It was an old man with long and white hair, and he was wearing old clothes. And he was carrying a barrel on his back, but Reed helped him. After that, Reed followed the strange man, and now they were in an amphitheater with some strange men in there. All of them with a beard and wearing Dutch clothes. Also, they were playing 9 pins while drinking. Now, another character appears. He is a captain and he's wearing a captain's hat. He is big, he's a little bit fat, and his body shape is round. With this, we end chapter number 2. Chapter number 3 is called The Next Morning. Rip woke up and remembered what happened the day before, and he said, my wife will be angry. Rip was looking for his gun and the dog, but he didn't find them, so he decided to go home. Near the village, he met some people. For him, they were strange. The people were touching their faces, so Rip did the same. But oh, surprise! um, he was with a long white beard. We can see the surprised look on his face. Um, Now he has a, a long hair and a long beard too, and he looks a little bit old. He didn't recognize the people, the village, and the houses, and the dogs didn't recognize him. He saw his house, but it was abandoned, and the house was with no doors and no windows. And Rib called his wife, but she didn't answer him. Everything was so different. To end chapter number 3, Rib went inside the inn and he saw a picture of the King George, but the picture was a little bit different. George was wearing a blue coat instead of a red one, and he was wearing a hat instead of a crown. Now I'm going to talk about the last chapter, and it's called The Spirit of the Catskill Mountains. Next and the door of the Union Hotel, the people were noisy and fast. Reed saw a man that was talking about political things, and they were 76. Reed didn't understand what they were saying, and the people thought he was a spy. He felt unhappy and he started to cry. And so Rip asked them if they knew Rip and Winkle, and the people said that he was sitting under a tree. At the end, we can see a new character, and her name is Judith Gardiner, and she is the daughter of Rip Van Winkle. And well, after that, Rip told the story to the people. Some people didn't believe them, but some others did. And so he told the incredible story of his 20 years asleep. And the story ends with saying how it's Rip Van Winkle, that he does everyone's work on his own, that he don't know anything about the 76 word, and it was an incredible story.